Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of It Was Never Personal with me, Yummy Wilfred. And this week's episode, we're going to be talking about. Oh my god, I like my lip combo. Thank you. So, we're going to talk about confidence. I mean, what is confidence for sure? I mean, I think a lot of people would think confidence has to do with this. Being able to go out as a boy or as a girl. I mean, again, the thing, I don't know why girls feel, if I was a girl, if I was a girl, maybe I shouldn't go to the future because, or something that is not happening right now. But I don't know why girls feel okay or comfortable or feel threatened to be so feminine and give it. But I know, but I'm just like, I don't know from that point of view, like, why don't they do it? But listen, me doing this, to me, wearing makeup as a boy or whatever, or just, this has little to do with confidence. This is not the confidence that I'm talking about. To me, confidence has to do with self-love. Why self-love? Because it is the ability to actually let your light shine through, to allow your frequency to go through, to allow yourself to be a conduit for life, to be a conduit by which life experiences life through you. Yeah, now let me break it down. What do I mean by, like, being a conduit or being a vessel by which life actually experiences life through you, the spirit experiences life through you? Okay, number one is we are spirits having a human experience, not humans having a spirit experience. We are spirits having a human experience. Now it is our duty to allow the spirit to experience life, to get down there and touch it and experience it like this. You get what I mean? Yeah, like that, like to really do that. And now confidence to me is being able to clear now that mishigas or that debris or that heaviness that the society has told us, or the norms and the cultural ethos that we've grown up with, which are so fickle and so ridiculous, so oblivious and hypocritical. That's the word that I was looking for. Hypocritical, because it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I look at it and I go, really? Really? Now that's confidence to me. Being able to allow yourself to be a vessel by which God gets to experience the human experience. You get what I mean? Now, um, when am I most confident? I think that's where I want to really start. I'm most confident when I'm alone. And the truth is, I spent so much time alone. Like, probably I spent 70% of the time alone, or maybe 80% of the time alone, because nowadays, even at school, I spend time alone. Why? Because I don't have time for people's bull. Yeah, that word. I don't have time for people's BS, because people have this idea, or which, and it's so negative, this negative talk, this gossiping, this talking about this and how life is hard. I don't want to focus on that. I don't want to look at the points or the areas where life is hard and it's unfair or whatever. I want to look at life where life is actually fruitful and whatever, because, like I always say, life loves me, and I am so, so lucky. That's why I got it, but I got it chained on. That's why I got it very written on my keychain over here by my friend Barbara, going, get one. That's what I believe for myself, and I want to create that personal truth for myself. I want to get out here and just feel like everything is in the right, is happening at the right time, space, and sequence for me, and everything is adding up. And when I press that Google Earth button, or when I press the Google Earth button, or when I climb the mountain and look down, I go, oh my God, I see it. It all makes sense. When I connect the dots, I go, wow, life loves me so much. I thought I was rejected over there, but it was actually a way the universe or God was protecting me. Like me. and I'm so loved by life. That's what I really want to talk about. That's what I want to spend most time really getting on. These talks that I'm having on my podcast about the inner child, about loving yourself, about getting there and having fun. That's what I really want to talk about, and not so many people really want to talk about that. Yeah, and so many people don't really want to talk about that, but that's what I want to talk about. So I would rather spend time alone, because that's when I'm most confident. That is when I'm most allowed. What do I mean by that's when I'm most confident? That's when I'm most able to allow myself to be a conduit, or a vessel by which the spirit gets to experience this joyful, great life. Yes, life can be hard, but I mean, there's this other point over here where the light is, and I want to focus on the light. I don't want to focus on the crucifixion. I'm all about resurrection, but a lot of people are so focused on the resurrection, on the crucifixion, that I just feel like they're now recreating it. And like I said, what we have to watch your thoughts and your words, because they're like, what you give out to life is what you get back. Now, if you focus on the crucifixion, you're gonna get more of the crucifixion. But if you focus on the resurrection, guess what, honey? You're gonna resurrect. Ooh, yeah, it's just easy as that. Now, let's go back to the talk of confidence, and step and go further. Now, a lot of people, I think, the reason why we are not confident is, for sure, we've grown up being told this thing of we are not worthy of love or worthy of success, and because we lack something, maybe because we are not this, because we haven't done that. Like, it was very conditional. The love that we've received from people around us has always been conditional. We were loved only if we did A, B, C, D, E, F. And when you really look at it, you're like, I don't really give a fuck about A, B, C. I don't even enjoy it. So I'll just stay here and say, you know what, I guess I don't want to be a part of it. And you get so angry. We get so angry, and we get so very hurt. That's why a lot of people are so depressed and under mental health crisis, which is a disease, because we are not allowed to be conduits, because we get here and there's so much seriousness that's put onto us. There's so much pressure on what's good. Like, did you watch the news today? Do you have the new iPhone which is out? Do you know about this other, I don't know, like, there's so much pressure, about um football or whatever. Like, there's so much pressure put onto us, and really about things that we don't even give an F about, things that we feel like that's not okay. Guys, we understand that you like doing A, B, C, D, E, and that's fine for you, and you love it, and you love experiencing it. Good for you. But really, life doesn't want to experience this spirit. My spirit doesn't want to experience that. I don't feel very good with that. So because we've been blocked from actually doing things that we want to do, or we've been judged or ridiculed for doing, for just being what we feel like being, we have that sense of powerlessness. We have that sense of powerlessness. We believe, or we think, that we don't deserve to be successful in a way, because it's like, okay, how can I do that? How can I do A, B, C, D, which I'm not really interested in, and be successful at it? Well, the truth is, some people do engage in A, B, C, D, and they use the hate and whatever and the anger to be their motivation. But for a sweet, sensitive soul like me, myself, I'm not motivated by anger. I'm not motivated by loath. I'm not motivated by pain. I'm motivated by colors, light. Like I always say, like like I said a minute ago, I focus on the resurrection, which is I focus on the light. Yes, I know about the darkness, I know about the horrible things that are happening in the world, but that's not what I want to focus on. That's why I don't watch the television news, because I don't want to block. I don't want to add any unconsciousness or any negative consciousness to my spirit, or to my conduit or to my vessel, and block the spirit from actually experiencing life. You get what I mean? Yes. Now, like I said, what you think, you will create. You will create it, and you will attract people who mirror that to you. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful of what you think. Yeah, and you have to be very careful of the words that you use when you talk to yourself and how you actually talk about other people. Because in truth is, how you talk about other people is only a small fraction of how you actually relate and talk to yourself. Yeah. And that's another way in which you can actually block that spirit, block that liveliness that you had as a little kid from actually experiencing life, which is very joyful. Yeah. And one other thing that I use is I have this other, like I said, I keep a universe piggyback, and I can put up the card, and there's this other card that says, I work and engage with people who love me and who are conscious. I have to say that because, like I said, what you say and what you think is what you will create, is what you put out to the world, and life will reflect it to you, and you will attract people who mirror that belief to you. Ultimately, the outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Yes. So I try and actually say that because when I work and engage with people who love me and who are conscious, I will see it. I get in a room and I focus on the inner sense of those guys who are around me, and I find that they're loving me. It allows me to go to relax because when you're tense, you just block that vessel, you block yourself, you block that, you do not allow your light to shine through, you do not allow your frequency to come through you, you don't allow the spirit to experience life. You are blocking it because you're so tense. So calming down and relaxing is so vital. That's why I have to say that, so that I know that I engage with people who love me, and when people like you, you know that you can actually do crazy stuff. You can do things that you would do when you are alone, when no one is watching, and that's the good thing about it. And you don't feel judged. But now, talking about judgment, another thing what I know is what people think of me and say of me is none of my biz, But I can also say it about, it was never personal. What did she say? It was never personal. What did she think? It was never personal. You know what I mean? It was never personal, because ultimately, like I said, what you say about other people is only a small fraction of what you say and relate, how you relate to yourself. So if it's mean, I know that it's a call for help. If anything, although they said one, two, three things negative, mean, nasty things about me, it's only a small fraction of the heat and overwhelm, that the heat and the heightened self-loathing they are under, because there's no way in which, if you are loving of yourself, you can hate another person, or you can try and hurt another person deliberately. No way. You should, it all starts home. Charity begins at home, and home, we mean within, not like there, like within. So when people do crazy stuff or whatever, like, it has nothing to do with me. It's all that thing. It all has to do with them. Yeah. I mean, even when people actually say nice stuff to me, I don't take it home. I don't sleep with it. Yes, I like it. Thank you. Yes, God, thank you. But when I get home, the only validation I know that I need is from myself to my inner child. That is the only validation that I need at the end of the day. And like I said, this little kid over here who I'm gonna pull up right now, this little kid over here, he only needs my validation. He doesn't need to be validated by a teacher, my mother, my father, my sister, my friends, or whatever. Yes, they can say it, but I mean, he only values it when it comes from me. And in truth is, I will never be able to allow those people's words to sink in, and I will not believe them. I will not feel good about them if I don't believe it myself firsthand. When I get in the mirror and I go, you look so good. See, you like thing, if I don't believe that for myself, then even if somebody says it, it gets here, it gets out there, it doesn't go from here to there. So that's why I say the most the ultimately the most validation, or the only validation you need, is from your adult self, or yourself right now, to your inner child. And then the others, those are extras, the icing on the cakes. They're not the cake. You want the cake, trust me. Cake and candy. Eh, eh, yes. Now, the other thing that helps me to stay confident is to make sure that I do not co-opt. I do not let my ego co-opt in any situation where I feel like people are undermining me in a way, or are saying nasty stuff about me in a way, because like I said, it was never personal. So I have to be very, very aware that I stay present. And when something happens and I forget that it was never personal enough, and I feel hurt, I have to go, oh, somehow I have to find something has to remain. It's like in this movie, the movie Inception. They have this token that allows them to remember, oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. This is not real. Although these things are happening, there's crazy things, there's horrific things are happening, but when they see the token, they know it's not real. So with me, again, I have to have something that allows me to go, Wilfred, remember, it was never personal. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Yes, he said the nasty stuff, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. Yeah. And I value that so much. I mean, I do a lot of things. And the other thing that I say, I have a keychain that I just showed you. It was never personal, is imprinted in it. And I carry it with me, and I look at it every time. And I have a mirror that I always carry, where for whenever I want to say some affirmations or whatever, so that it reminds me through the day that it was never personal. That helps me relax. That helps me be open, for life to really actually come through me, or the spirit to come through me, to experience life through me, which is actually what I'm here for. Yes, honey, that is what I am here for. Now, I want to take you again on my morning routine. I've talked about how I stretch, meditate, and I pray. Yes. Now, why do the one that I want to focus on is meditating. When I meditate, I watch my thoughts. I watch my thoughts, and I look at them. It's like I look at myself from outside of myself. It's so good. It's so good. And by that time, I am a vessel. Literally, during meditation, I'm a vessel. I'm open for life, for spirit to come through me. You know what I mean? Yes. And I look at all the thoughts that I'm having, and then I go, okay, oh, oh yeah, I see you. Okay, I see you, inner saboteur. I see you. Yes. Oh, I see you, light. I like you. Oh yeah. Okay. And then I let them go. And then I let them go. But during that moment, I'm a vessel by which the spirit, my own frequency, can resonate through me, so that when I get to school, when I get to meet other people, when I get out there in the world, I remember the mission statement, which is to laugh, to dance, to have fun, and not take it personal. That's how I stay confident. That's how I'm able to now apply this and not have anything, or like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Yes. Now, before I depart, I'd like to say, be careful of the people who you hang around with. Be careful of people who have low self-esteem. I know my friend Pilgrims is gonna go yes on this one, because she likes it. She always says that, and it's true. Be careful of people who have low self-esteem, because those people are going to try and pull you down. And don't engage with them. Don't work on projects with them, because they will sabotage the projects, especially if they see that you're trying your level best to make it a success, because they feel like if you make it a success, they go, okay, well, we know that it was successful because of you, so yeah. But anyways, try and just distance yourself, go over them, don't go through them. There's no way you can win a fight with them. You can never fight the darkness. You just have to bring the light to the darkness, or just let it be. All roads lead back home. All roads lead back to this thing that I'm talking about, which is self-love, which is all about inner child healing, which is all about knowing that this is a dream, it's an illusion. It all leads to that. So no need to defend the truth. No need to actually try and force them to get to this, to believe or side agree with what you're saying, because ultimately they will get it by that time. Everybody is actually at their own conscious level. We are at different conscious levels, and it's my duty, it's your duty to allow people to be where they are and just focus on your lane. But be careful of those people with low self-esteem, because honey, they're gonna pull you down. They're gonna pull you down. That is what I mean by I like spending time alone. I'm most confident when I'm alone, because sometimes I get very scared when I sit down with other people and I hear what they're saying, and I'm like, okay, okay, you know what I mean? And I know you've got to run, Wilfred. You've got to get out of here. Get out, run. Like, go find something, do something. Just get out of here, because this is not what I want. This is not what I believe in. This is not what I want to create, what I want to create for myself. This is not what I want to be. My experience is not in line with my personal truths or principles or values. So I have to find another set of group. And I think at the moment I haven't found my tribe yet. But if you're out there as my tribe and you think like me, please say something in the comments so that we can always have this kind of talk, and we can get it. And just because I can't have enough of it. I love it. Do you see that thing in my eye? Anyways, I mean it, because people are so on their phones. Everybody is just like they're just sleepwalking. It's the zombies. And I don't want to spend time with zombies. I want to spend time with people who are aware, people who are conscious, people who are so excited to live life, who are not scrolling. Ugh, yes. That's why I spend a lot of time alone, because I haven't found some people, or people who actually get it like I do. You know what I mean? Yes. Now don't forget what I said. Don't engage with people who have low self-esteem, who don't love themselves, who say hurtful things about other people. Oh my god, last time I was with this other person, and they said nasty things about a friend of theirs, and assuming that I'm their friend. I was like, if I'm your friend and that girl is your friend, and you're saying these things about them in front of me, it means that when I get out of here, you're gonna say this stuff about me too. Like, and I couldn't share, because the thing is, whenever I'm with other people, I have a persona. I have a persona that I play out there, because trust me, honey, trust me. I'm an introvert. But when I get out there, I play this character, which is very bubbly, which is very, yeah, oh my God, hi, hey, how are you? Oh my God, oh, how are you doing? That's nice. Yeah, you see, but really, left to my own devices, I just want to sit down, read a book. I want to talk about this, and I want to mind my own business. I want to sit and look at the stars. I want to listen to my thoughts. I want to have a self talk. And these things I've been doing ever since, ever since. You get what I'm saying? And I haven't found people who are like that. And that is what I mean by I'm looking for my tribe. So please, if you out there, holler at me, honey. I'ma reach out to you. I'ma be there. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. A long story long. I was with that girl, and she said that stuff, and I was like, okay, I don't trust her, or I don't trust you. I don't trust him, because if he can talk about the friend when he's not here, it means when I go, they talk about me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it was so oblivious. It was unconscious. And I went, okay. Yeah. And I don't engage. Nowadays when people talk about stuff that is happening on the news, social media, I'm just like, okay, I listen. I don't have anything to add, because I'm like, I don't have time for that. I do not have time for that. Really, I don't. I don't. I don't want to create that. What can I say? I don't want to focus on the crucifixion. I'm here. Where's the resurrection? I thought you were introducing this painful story to show me that somehow that person or you resurrected. But you're really focusing on the crucifixion. You're really focusing on how you are the victim and how people hurt you, when you are the one who actually took the nail, gave that person the nail, and took their hand and took your other hand and held that other hand, and then you put the nail to yourself. And I'm like, come on. Like, really? Yeah, I don't have time for that. And most people are not ready to hear the truth. Most people are not really ready to hear these things that I'm talking about, like how you create your own experiences, like how you actually, like how you may be identified, or you may be so stuck in defending your victim identity. Most people are not really ready to hear that. And it's okay, like I said, that at their own conscious level, or the level of consciousness, something like that. Yeah, they're just doing their best. They know how, with the knowledge, understanding, and awareness they have at that moment. And it's okay, but it doesn't mean that I have to allow it to be, or I have to entertain it into my own proximity or vicinity, or my place. I mean, come on, no. I'm there. I'm vibrating high up there, and you are of a low vibration. I don't wanna interact with you, because that will only lead to destructive interference. I'm all about constructive interference. I want to build up my energy and add on to it. I don't want to feel like life is hard. Yes, I know it's hard, but I mean, what can I do? What can we do? What can we do? Like, what can we do about it? It's all about the resurrection. Thank you. But people stay stuck um in the crucifixion, and they think they're gonna resurrect that way. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. So just to end this, I'll say confidence, by the way, guys, is not doesn't have anything to do with power. Doesn't have anything power. I mean, like being superior, or it doesn't have to do anything with. It doesn't have anything to do with money. Doesn't have anything to do with what else? What else? What else can I say? It doesn't have anything to do with control. Now, a lot of people feel confident when they're superior, because they feel like they're in power. But I mean, that power is so fickle, and it's so fragile. So that's not true confidence, because true confidence is always with you, because it is you. You know what I mean? It's always there with you. Now, again, you cannot get it from anything outside. You can get it from your iPhone. You can get it from your lipstick and you cannot get it from this. That is why I started saying this is not confidence. These are more like icings on the cakes. You know what I mean? And they only enhance what you have inside. So if you have low self-esteem, and you get in a like people who get into authoritative positions with low self-esteem and no self-confidence, who hate themselves, when they're there, you will see it because of how they treat other people when they have money or have power. Because it's just like it gets to boost whatever you have in it. It's just an icing on the cake. It doesn't change anything you are in. It's like you get into that authoritative position, or you get to have power, and you treat people nasty, and you think you're confident. No, you're just coming from a place of fear. You're calling out for love. You're not confident. It's not confident. In fact, you are feeling, you feel so inferior. You feel so inferior, although people will assume that you feel superior, but you feel so inferior because you feel like that power that you have, and you know that it's fickle, and you're like, what can I do to keep it? What can I do to make it sustainable? But it's not sustainable. Everything in the outside world is very, it's impermanent. It's impermanent. It's fickle. It will ultimately just go away. So I don't want to place myself. I don't want to set my confidence, or attach my self-confidence or self-love or worth, sense of self, to something which is fake, or something which will just fade and it's fleeting, because that's not real. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather come within, because there within you, that's where it all starts. So your duty is actually to just find areas where you are stuck, find areas where you have self-limiting beliefs, find areas where you just where you feel like you're a victim. See how you keep on recreating situations where you feel like a victim. Find areas where you feel tense, because that's just adding debris on debris on debris on debris and layers of debris that block the spirit from actually coming through you, your frequency coming through you, and you being able to enjoy life as it is, and try and focus on the light, Be aware of everything, but let your focus be on the positives, on light, And if you meet a situation that's challenging, go, what can I do to change it? If there's nothing that you can do to change it, accept it. And if it's hard for you to accept it, accept that it's hard for you to accept it, just accept that you are sad over it because you don't know anything that you can do about it. Don't go around being fake with about. Listen, take your own time. Be patient with yourself. Love yourself. Now that's the courage that I'm talking about here, because for you to be confident, you need courage. You really do need courage. Yeah. Now that is all that I had for you guys, and thank you so much. Bye.